This is LOA Recon with Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we explore the ins and outs of conscious creation to manifest our favorite dreams come true. Let's have some fun together. Okay, I've learned some new things today, including, remember how I was raving last time about how nice it is having 3 dogs so that when Harvey's in here recording with me, Winston doesn't feel left out because he's got Olive to play with. Yeah, we were doing that again, and it was working great until they started playing. Harvey decided he wanted in on that. I opened the door to let him out, and instead of him going out, the other 2 came in. It was madness and chaos for a couple minutes until Harvey and Winston stepped out, and Olive stayed, and I could not get her to go out. Well, I didn't make her. I could have made her, but I didn't want to make her. So I let her stay, and she was doing so well. She was smelling. I let her thump her tail a bunch, get settled down. She even spotted Harvey's secret stash of stuffed animals, which she's not allowed access to because she destroys them way too quickly. And she acted like she didn't see it. I mean, she gave it a long, hard look, but I didn't even have to tell her. No, she was such a good girl. And she laid down and put her head on my foot. I thought, I got another recording dog. This is great. And then about 2 minutes into recording, she got bored. She started scratching to go out. I let her out. Now she's scratching to come in. I don't know how people do this who have kids. I don't know how you do it with kids. It's hard enough with dogs. Welcome. Thank you for joining me for another episode. At first, I was thinking I had too many ideas for this one conversation, but then I decided we'll just treat it like this, that there are multiple potential takeaways from this episode, and you can choose your favorite. I'm calling it How to Vacationize Daily Life. You know, when it's hard to come back from vacation or from working remotely, or maybe you've been on, a retreat or maybe some sort of seminar or training, whatever you were enjoying that's come to an end and now it's time to go back to daily living. I think most people have felt that when it's time to come back from vacation. What I wanted to say was to remember that you can bring that vacation home with you. Whatever the parts were that you were loving about it, you do not have to leave them there. You can pack those parts up, whatever you were loving at the retreat or the resort, and let it be part of your ongoing daily life. Don't think that just because your fun adventure's coming to an end that you can't keep enjoying the aspects that made it so delightful for you. All we have to do is make the choice to keep having or keep enjoying it. We just decide to bring it home with us. It is that simple. And it starts with recognizing what about it we enjoyed so much. Like, what were the parts? What were the pieces? What was the essence? That's really what we want to identify. What was the essence that we'd like to keep experiencing? Like, maybe it was the sense of no responsibility or obligation. Or maybe it was just that you got to put your regular life down for a minute. And that felt like a big relief, not having any mouths to feed or errands to run. Maybe it was the free time, like no schedule to keep, no deadlines to meet, no alarm to wake up to. Or maybe it was the rest, the sleep, the nothingness, just the space to get present to your here and now. Or maybe what you liked about it was the newness. Maybe there was some variety in your life. Maybe it was food or music or accents or clothes or new friends. Or maybe it was the quality time with the loved one or the quality time without a loved one. Could be. Maybe it was learning something new or just opening to new possibilities or leaving your old identity behind. Whatever it was, first we notice, what was it about this that we liked so much? So we know what to bring back with us. All right, and then we decide we're still having that. We don't have to give it up just because it's time to go home. You can pack that vibration with you. Just like, you're bringing your dirty laundry or your souvenirs, you can bring it home with you. You don't have to leave it if you don't want to. And there are a couple ways to do that, but really it begins with deciding that you're going to keep it, that you're going to continue having whatever it was you were enjoying so much. And that means abandoning the belief that you can't still have it, that it doesn't fit into your daily life back at home. That's the crux of this. The only reason that it changes when you go home from vacation to regular life is because you think it has to, because you're just used to the old routine. If you think you can't work whatever this vacation element was into your daily life, well, guess what? You're right. Whatever you believe is an instruction to universe to make it that way for you. So when you're willing to believe something different has to be orchestrated on your behalf because it's all originating from what you expect or what you believe or know about your life. So once you've agreed to keep the gifts from whatever it was you were loving about your time off or your time away, you can do a couple of things to facilitate that manifestation. Number one, I like this one. This is easy and effective. You can just set the intention that you're going to keep having it. Just set that intention and then let universe orchestrate it for you. You set the intention and let it go. You outsource it to higher power, your divine team, higher self, universe, source, whatever you want to call it. And this is probably the best approach. If you don't know how to bring this element back into your regular life, it's important to remember you don't need to know how. You don't have to figure it out yourself. You just have to be willing to experience it, believe that it's possible. And sometimes the best way to keep having it is to just set the intention and then let it go and let it unfold after you offer that vibrational direction. The other way, though, you can be proactive about orchestrating those changes yourself, especially when it seems obvious how to do so. The one I just flashed on, wow, this was so long ago. I was a teenager. I came home from spending the summer with my best friend who had moved to England when we were in, junior high or something. Oh my gosh, the food, especially tandoori. I'm a vegetarian now, but at the time I wasn't. Tandoori chicken. Oh, it was so good. Guess what? I came home raving about it. My mom found the spices and made it at home. And when I was over there, seeing all the history, hearing the stories at the museums and the castles, just the sort of stuff we didn't have here in the States. Guess what? I studied it in college. Okay, those are kind of silly examples. Maybe some better examples are like, that time when my colleague, she had such a hard time coming back from her vacations in Hawaii. She loved her beach time in Hawaii. And part of what she loved, the essence of her enjoyment there, she had a couple of them, but one key one was she liked not getting dressed every day. No bras, no pants, no shoes. So she just made muumuus part of her daily wardrobe. That was probably comfort and freedom that was at the essence of her enjoyment for those Hawaii beach vacations. Or if someone loved having a break from the kids, maybe you could organize some play dates or send them to summer camp or even let the ex get some extra time with them. And if you just thought, he or she would never be down with that. Well, of course not. They can't be when that's how we know them to be. So maybe get more cooperative with yourself. If not on that point, some other one that allows you to have what you want. But even if you don't have any idea how to let yourself have what you enjoyed so much on your vacation, don't be discouraged because that might be even better when you're willing to just let universe handle it because trust me, it knows how. So you can just set the intention for it, let it go, and universe will either give you an idea or it'll deliver the manifestation of it without you even having to do anything. Having said that, I'm going to offer this caveat. It's important that you not slip into your old vibrational routine. You've got to keep the enjoyment vibe, whatever it was that you were liking, you try and keep that alive. You want to be a cooperative component because universe can't delight and satisfy you if you're right back to your old ho-hum or, worried or stressed about life routine, right? So you want to keep the vibrational lanes open for it to deliver on your intention that you keep enjoying whatever it was that you liked so much. You know what? It just occurred to me that I'm talking about this like everyone loves a break from work. But the truth is, for some of us, it's retirement that's challenging, not the vacation. It's for those who love what they do so much that they wouldn't pick anything else. And, they had to quit for some other reason. Boy, you can apply these principles in reverse, right? You can bring whatever it is that you loved about your work to your retirement life, like the sense of purpose or contribution, or maybe it was the joy of creating something or collaborating with others. Whatever it was that you liked before, you don't have to give it up just because change is afoot. You can bring it with you, and it can manifest in lots of amazing ways. And I know the common arguments about why this isn't feasible. A lot of people will say they don't have the money or the time or the freedom, or sometimes it's even the weather or the climate to enjoy what they were enjoying while they were away. Like for money, they'll say, there's a reason vacations only last 2 weeks, Jeanette, because you can't afford to do that full time. That's why we save up for them. You know what? To that, I would say you don't need money for enjoyment. You don't even need vacation for enjoyment. You don't actually even need money for vacation. Look, all we need is our permission and our willingness. I don't mean to shout at you. All we need is our permission, our willingness to have what we want or to practice having what we want. That's an important belief to get straight with, or we're going to be forever sabotaging ourselves, because it is whatever we think or say or believe it is. So maybe try thinking some more helpful stuff for your satisfaction and enjoyment in life. And you know what? I know I'm preaching to the choir here. You all know this. Whatever you think your obstacle is, whether it's the weather or the climate, or like someone say, I love beaches and we don't have them in Arizona. Well, you know what? You do. There are beaches in there, maybe not oceanfront, but they have beaches. I'm just saying, whatever your gremlins are arguing as to why you can't keep enjoying life after the vacation is over, remember this. You don't need the money. You don't need the beach. You don't need the weather. You don't need a babysitter. You don't need the time off work. All you need is the vibration. You just need the permission from yourself to keep enjoying. You just need the openness to the possibilities that universe is well capable of delivering if you are just willing to have what you want instead of believing the reasons why you can't have it. Instead of just resuming your old routine of going without. You know what? Mine wasn't beaches. Mine was, I was going to say had a mountain thing. I have a thing for the mountains. I really liked being on the dirt next to the trees and seeing the stars, living closer to nature, including the animals. I remember the first time I moved up here and I saw deer droppings on the front lawn. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. It took me a minute to realize what it was. And I was like, a deer has pooped in my yard. I took a picture. I loved it so much. I think I had it as my wallpaper on my phone for a while. I was so excited. But before I moved here, when I still lived just outside the city, I went camping regularly. Just me and the dogs, because boyfriends or other friends, they didn't usually add to the experience for me. Like they would want to play music or drink by the campfire. Everyone just using a tent or a big trailer. And I was like, why are you bringing the city with us? We were leaving this behind. Why don't you just stay home? I'll go by myself. All I wanted to do was just feel some nature. Like you can't see the stars when you're sleeping in a tent. I just slept in the back of a pickup truck. And when I opened my eyes at night and could see the stars, it was just the most amazing thing. I could hardly go back to sleep because it felt irreverent to close my eyes to that just beautiful, beautiful scene that you couldn't see back home. Not like that. It was beautiful. And I brought food that didn't need cooking, so there was no time wasted on food prep. We would just go walking, and then we would sit and read. We would feed some squirrels. We would go walking some more, then sit in a chair and just enjoy the view and the breeze. And it was just pure bliss, just me and the dogs and the mountains. And when I wasn't camping, we took walks in the local canyons. We didn't walk on paved paths. We went where there was dirt and rocks, even if I had to drive 20 minutes to get there. And I had a jungle of plants in the house. In fact, one room, my ex-boyfriend called it the jungle room, and he did not mean that like with appreciation, not the appreciation I had for it. I loved it. And I would lay out, we had a lot of trees in the backyard. I would lay under them. Oh, just watch the clouds pass through the leaves. It was so nice. And I fed some of the wild animals that we had even in the suburbs. And then eventually things got so intolerable with my ex that I had to move out of the house that I loved so much that I swore I would never leave this house. But that guy wasn't going anywhere, at least not until I moved out. And when I would be looking for places and driving home late after looking at another town that didn't have my house in it, I would just see the moon and I'd ask the moon, show me my home. Take me home. And even all these years later, I still thank the moon for bringing me home. Okay, I'm digressing. So, okay, there is another way to play with this I wanted to share. You don't actually have to go on vacation or have a retreat in order to vacationize your life. Right? For those who haven't gone anywhere, you can still have those benefits in daily life, even if you haven't had a vacation in years or ever. It's the same process, except you're not drawing from recent real life experience. You just draw from your imagination instead, or from, long ago memory, if it's easier to connect with it that way. So I'm just saying this isn't something that happens when you're packing up to return home. You can do this anytime, anywhere. And that's the cool thing about the system we're working with. We can have anything we want that we're willing to vibrate. Anything. This world has to conform to whatever we imagine it to be. And that's where our experience of reality is coming from, our conscious observation of it. So the next time you hear yourself saying, I need a vacation, or I need a break from this, you know what? I suggest you give yourself one. You don't have to get on a plane or book a resort or quit your job or leave home in order to feel better. At least conscious creators don't. Plenty of other people don't know how to feel better until their reality changes. But this is our specialty. This is our wheelhouse. We know how to do this. We know how to feel better first. We know that's where our power lies. We know that reality can't be what we aren't vibrating. And we know how to shift our vibration first, no matter what our circumstances are. So with that in mind, we can just ask ourselves, what is it about a vacation or a job change or a divorce or a weight loss or a lover, whatever, that appeals to us? Why do we want that? And whatever the essence of that is, and we're not to the essence of it until we've identified the feeling of it. But once we've got that identified, all we have to do is practice that feeling now, and our life will morph to match it. Universe knows how to get you what you want, but you have to lead the way by being willing to feel better first. And that's sometimes easiest done when we've just finished a 2-week vacation or a 2-day retreat. But really, we can do it anytime we're ready to upgrade our reality. Just find a way to feel better in thought or in action or both. And do that enough times that you get a little momentum going in your favor, and universe will take it from there. It'll say to the police officer responding to your domestic disturbance call, you need to move. Actually, what he said to me was, you will die if you don't leave. That's what he said. Oh, yeah. And you know what? I didn't in the red hot moment of it, but I did realize, you know what? He's right. I got to go. This is time for me to leave. But you'll know that a big change like that is only happening because life is trying to get better. So you cooperate with it and you start imagining what would be better. And pretty soon, it doesn't take long. One thing after another leads to a reality where you're watching the moon come up behind the mountains to the east and you're watching it set behind the mountains to the west. And when you take the garbage out at night, it literally stops you in your tracks to see all the stars. I brought a Kleenex today. I knew what I was going to talk about. Oh, man. And you'll see the deer poop in the yard and you'll see them eating your tulips, and if you're super lucky, you might get a skunk who takes shelter in your garage. I did this last winter. I caught him on the trail cam. It was so cute. And you'll be spending your days doing what you love most with the animals and the people you love most, and you won't ever want a vacation again. Okay, that's my version. Yours is different. But I know whatever your idea of a dream come true is, it's possible too. And it starts with knowing that you can and finding one way in thought or action or both to feel even just a little bit better. And then you just rinse and repeat until it's normal for you to self-soothe and to find what's working and appreciate what's good. And before you know it, magic and miracles are unfolding in your reality, and it just keeps getting better. Over and over again, it just keeps getting better. Isn't this the most amazing system we're working with? I think it is. And that's my idea about how we vacationize our life. To just bring to daily life whatever it is you enjoy most and let that momentum take you to even better realities. It's a reliable system. All right, thanks for listening. Hope you got some good inspiration from this. Happy manifesting, everyone.